Hello everyone, it is Dylan from Yugioh Everything, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh video. This time I am joined by three great people in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. One person that you know, two people that it's their first time on one of these podcasts. As you guys probably know as well, whenever the spoilers come out the following weekend, I try to get as many people, usually 3 to 4 people, together to do a podcast to really go in depth about the spoilers that came out, not only for us to give our thoughts on it, but also so we can kind of hear your thoughts on the spoilers, because I go over them for like 10 minutes when they come out, but this is a way to go really more in depth with not only 3 or 4 people from the community on the podcast themselves, but also you guys in the comment section below. So joining me today, you guys know him, he's been on before, YugiMon Cards, we refer to him as Sam, Ragnarok.
Hello base of the interwebs.
Ragnarok, we will refer to him as Ragnarok, he is a first timer on the podcast, and Yuto, he used to be Phantom Knights Yuto, he was in my expert panel for the fantasy duels, you might recognize him from there, so he is also a newcomer on the podcast. So great to have all 3 of you on. We are going to talk about 4 main topics. I'll have the timestamps in the description if you want to hop around. Maybe one topic interests you more than another, but of course, hopefully you do listen to the whole thing, because we are going to give some great thoughts and some great food for thoughts here. So here are the 4 topics we are going to be discussing. The first one, how involved is Himika, Akaba Reiji's mother? What are her goals? What does Reira have to do with this? And what are the expectations for Reiji Akaba versus father Leo Akaba? Basically just going to talk about the whole Akaba family, and that'll be the first main topic. The second topic we will be discussing is Zarc and Ray. What are our thoughts on their silhouettes in the opening and the ending? Will all the U-Boys and Bracelet Girls eventually, quote-unquote, become one? The third topic will be, who will the Bracelet Girls duel next? We have not seen or heard about any of the Bracelet Girls in these spoilers, which is kind of bizarre. So where are they during this time, and what will be the next duel that they take place in? Or maybe they won't have another duel and they will be sacrificed to become Ray. I guess that's a possibility. We'll be discussing that. And finally, are all returning characters, we've seen Crow and Asuka go, are they all doomed to be carded? Edo, Jack, and Kaido, are they all doomed to get killed off in this show? We're going to talk about all 4 of these things. I cannot wait. It should be a really fun podcast, and we're going to get right into it, guys. So I hope everyone enjoys. The first question here is, how involved is Himika? We have not, Sam actually just told us the last time she was seen was in a flashback episode 67, and the last time she was seen in the actual flesh was episode 53. So even if you consider 67 the last time we've heard of her, that was still over a year ago. That was over a year ago. She has been out of the picture for so long, and if you don't know, I talked about it when I did my spoilers summary, 127 to 130 video. A user named David Matthewson posted a video about how Himika Akaba is the main villain and she's going to have a really major role, and I didn't see it until after I saw the spoilers, and I was like, that is just an insanely crazy call. And I think Yuto was in on that topic as well, so he might give more of a background to their thought process through that. But it's just crazy that she has been re-brought back up. So what are her goals? Who is Reira? And here's the thing. I'll give my opinion on this real quick, and then I'll turn it over to Ragnarok. Reira, to me, and I thought about this a lot, he was always someone who really kind of, I don't want to say sketched me out, but there was just always something a little off about him. First of all, he's terrified of his mom, and not biological mom, she adopted him as we know, but he's terrified of her. He's terrified of everything. She put him through these crazy experiments, and is it that crazy to think that maybe he is her eyes and ears, so to speak? I've seen a few people comment that on my last video when I did my 127 cast list. I don't think that's crazy to think, and maybe she's able to kind of see everything that he's able to see through the experimentation that he went through, and here's my thought on the whole thing. I think Reira is a character that was in the original dimension, because he's from a war-torn place. Personally, I believe he's from the original, the unified dimension before the worlds was split into 4. Himika, who was working along with Leo Akaba, maybe saw him and realized, like, you know, he's so affected that we can train him to become a soldier or a sleeper agent. And I think what might happen is you say a certain phrase to him, which is what a sleeper agent is, that triggers something, and now all of a sudden he's going to attack Reiji Akaba or the Lancers or something along those lines. And I really think that he is going to, I don't want to say be evil, but I think that he is going to have a negative impact on the Lancers as a whole because Himika is involved and because whether Leo Akaba knows about him or not, I guess that remains to be seen. But kind of transitioning to that, and I want to hear your opinions on that in the comments below. Leo Akaba versus Reiji Akaba. This duel probably excites me more than Yuri and Yugioh, because I think with the Yuri and Yugioh duel, if you ask 10 Yu-Gi-Oh fans, I think 8 of them would say, look, I think Yugioh is probably going to lose. Yuri is going to win. I think that's fair. 80% of people probably feel Yuri is going to win. I'm one of those people. When you look at Leo versus Reiji, I think that would be a lot more 50-50. I feel like this is a very unpredictable duel, and I just have a weird feeling that Leo Akaba is going to defeat Reiji Akaba. I'm not quite sure about that, but I just have a weird feeling. And now, will Leo card his own son? I'm not sure. I really don't know what's going to happen, and that's why I'm very excited about the duel. I can't wait to hear your opinions about it in the comments. Ragnarok, I'm going to turn it to you. What do you make of the whole Akaba family situation? Because it is really a very multi-layered situation right now, and there's just so many different things going on, and if I had to pick, I would pick Leo Akaba to beat Reiji Akaba. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I really do feel like Leo has the upper hand, or maybe Reiji is going to win, and then Himika steps in and she triggers Reira, and now Reira versus Reiji takes place. That's another possibility. There's so many directions they can go in with this duel. I cannot wait for it. Ragnarok, what are your thoughts on everything going on with the Akabas right now?
All right, guys, I'm Ragnarok. I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan, and I'm excited to be on here with Dylan and the boys. But so Himika, that's a name that I haven't heard, like I said, and like Dylan said, in a year. And her goals, I think her goals are pretty much. I don't think she's going to be a big part of the show anymore, because I think her goal was to kind of lead Reiji on to kind of guide Reira to kind of, I don't know, develop his powers, but just kind of see him grow as a person or as a child, really. So I don't think Himika is going to be a part of the show anymore. She could. I'd be really surprised if she's a big part, because again, most people forgot about her at this point. I think no one really figured that she'd be even really mentioned in the show. People usually think that she's done by now. As for Reira, I really like what you said, Dylan, about how Reira could be part of this full or even fifth dimension, and they kind of took him from that because he is kind of war-torn. He could very well be a sleeper agent. I can see that absolutely. As for the Reiji versus Leo duel, I'm excited. I really am for that. I hope to God Leo does not use Ancient Gears. I don't want him. I don't want to see more Ancient Gears. I want to see.
You react to Dragon.
Yes, I mean, I can't. We saw Ancient Gears with Yuri. Oh, great, yeah, that's great. But I want to see something new. I can kind of see him using if there is a ritual element to the show. I really want to see him using because his hand that he had in the opening could very well be ritual spell cards. So that he is using something unique. I don't want to. Exactly. I hope he just uses something unique and not just something Ancient Gear. I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, is Reiji undefeated in the show?
He technically lost to Yugioh. Realistically, he probably is, because he probably had that duel won, but technically he did lose to Yugioh. So he's 4-1 technically.
Okay, so if we count the loss for the loss from Yugioh, he's really one of the best duelists in the show. I don't know what you guys think, but I think he really has time to shine. But I think the last time we saw him duel was with Roger. And that was just who wanted to see? I didn't really want to see Roger. He was such a boring. I didn't like him. I like Akaba Leo, so I'm really excited for how Reiji is going to deal with his father. And as for the outcome, I think if Zarc or whatever darkness, if they take over Leo or is a part of that duel in any way, which we know it is going to be a little bit of the duel, but not so much Reiji versus Leo. I hope that the darkness interferes and that's how Leo can beat Reiji, because I think obviously we don't know what kind of deck Leo uses, but I think just by Reiji versus Leo, I think Reiji can. When I see Reiji versus Leo, I think Reiji will beat Leo, but I think Leo has to have some help or have a really strong, unique deck to beat Reiji.
That's definitely fair. And if the darkness interferes, it could kind of add, like, even though Reiji lost, he still looks strong because it's not like his dad beat him. There was an outside force. So I like that a lot. Yuto, do you have anything you want to add? I know you were kind of in on the discussion about Himika, and Ragnarok kind of downplayed it, and whether she is going to be whether she is going to have a major role or not remains to be seen. But still, just interesting that her name was mentioned in 126.
Oh yeah, so hey guys, I'm Yuto. So after Dylan was talking about Reira, it kind of hit me. Himika, like he said, 1 year we haven't seen her, or she hasn't been mentioned, unless it was the Reira's flashback at the Friendship Cup, sorry. But so right now, what if Himika is using Reira as a sleeper agent, like Dylan said, to I don't know, use him, because Reira, we seen his past about he was in a war zone, and then soldiers that looked like Cosmo's sword troopers literally came to him or attacked him. He has all these memories. So what if Reira is actually a sleeper agent, or basically a soldier for combat? And Himika, when I saw her in first season, she didn't look like the nice person. She always had a motive. After she was talking about the Yugioh school and stuff like that, she wanted to learn more about Yugioh by taking over the school and stuff like that. She always has a motive, so I never trusted her. But then she was so underused in first season, because after first season and second season, she was never mentioned again for about a year. So to right now, for her to being mentioned again is pretty cool. But now I really don't know what role she's gonna play, but it probably has something to do with Reira. The Akaba Reiji versus Leo's duel, I'm pretty excited, but at the same time, I think Reiji's gonna probably lose, which is gonna be pretty huge. And then, like Ragnarok said, I don't want to see antique gears, and to be honest, I want him to use ritual magic, but ritual and gears, oh my god, it's gonna be so bad. But yeah, that's all I have to add, and that's cool. Oh, and also, David Matthewson, we were just talking about Himika, so I want to give a shout out to him. He's a sidekick.
Yeah, I'll link his that video down below. But great food for thought there, guys. And leave your thoughts in the comments on if Himika is going to have a major role in this. YugiMon Cards, I'm going to turn it to you, and I'm going to change the topic here. Zarc and Ray, I want you to give any thoughts you have on both of those characters, who those characters could be, what the silhouettes represent in opening 6 and ending 6, and will the U-Boys and the Bracelet Girls all become one? Is that a guarantee? Are we definitely going to see the U-Boys in one body? Are we definitely going to see the Bracelet Girls in one body? Is that a foregone conclusion? Really, anything that you want to mention about any of these characters that you've been theorizing about them?
For at least one point in time, yes. They will become one. It may even be for 5-10 minutes in the second last episode. But they are going to become one eventually. And I know, even though we haven't seen much, I can tell that Zarc and Ray are going to be really influential characters on not just Arc 5, but the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Series as we know as it is. Zarc, from what we've seen from the previews, everyone's saying that he's going to duel Yugioh. But usually when they say duel, they'll say either face-off or duel, blatantly. But in this one, it actually says battle. So I don't think that Zarc will be dueling in either dragon form or at all. I don't think he really duels. I just think he controls these dragons. And from what we've seen from this Yu-Gi-Oh! Twitter, they posted a screenshot of I'm rambling. 126. They post them on the Wednesday, I think, before the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed this picture of a stadium, and for me, I was just like, is this Friendship Cup stadium? But no, it's the 4 dragons in a modern stadium. And could that mean that only recently the worlds were split into 4? I know this is probably a bit off topic, but could Zarc be only a recent thing and could have completely changed history? I don't know. The episode airs in about 12 or so hours. 11 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And for Ray, I mean, it looks like she did something with Leo. Maybe Leo and her partnered up against Zarc, or she was a legendary duelist in this dimension. I know this is probably going to sound really damn stupid, but we don't know much about them, and there's not much to really base on. We know Yuzu and Yugioh and their counterparts, but we really don't know anything about these people. And I can tell that they're going to be good, I can't think of really that much to say about them. I know this is probably really boring for the podcast, and I'm sorry about that.
No, you're
fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you're good. No, because
it's good.
Yeah, I don't know much to say. Phantom Knights, or excuse me, Yuto. I'm going to turn it over to you in a sec. But just to add to what you were saying, YugiMon, I'm kind of stumped on them too. With I like how you say that maybe they are going to be influential to the entire Yu-Gi-Oh universe, because a lot of people, including myself for a while, have felt Arc 5 is on a different timeline than the first four. But now it's maybe a situation where Arc 5 was before the first shows. That's now a theory that a lot of people are throwing around. So it'll be extremely interesting, and I like how you bring it up, how they could shape the entire Yu-Gi-Oh universe instead of just this show. So I like that.
And I really think this, because of that screenshot, it isn't like some ancient world like it was shown in the preview. It's like it's modern stadium. Could it have been like this takes place before Duel Monsters, in the middle of Duel Monsters, after 5Ds? I just don't know.
We'll find out, and I cannot wait to find out.
Yuto, I cannot wait.
Me neither. Yuto, your thoughts on all this?
Okay, so first I'm going to little backtrack it, but about the whole Yu-Gi-Oh series relating to each other, Arc 5, I really don't like the direction about the whole Dimensions Were One and stuff like that. I really can't relate it to other series now because it's becoming all weird and the plot, the timeline is so messed up. But other than that, Zarc and Ray. Okay, so we know Zarc is all the combined U boys, including me, Yuto, and then Ray is all the U girls. And the professor, I don't necessarily think he's gonna sacrifice them. More of the machine is gonna combine them as one or summon them. I don't know, but not much of a sacrifice. And we really don't know what they're gonna be, but probably Zarc is gonna be some dark, probably a dark or darkness or antagonist. After we seen Yuya becoming Berserk and we saw the shadow of a dragon or something like that come out of him, and that was supposed to be Zarc or something. And then Ray, we don't know what she's gonna play. Is she supposed to be some light good figure and Zarc is supposed to be some evil figure? I really can't tell. And the silhouettes we did see, I really can't say about silhouettes. I'm pretty excited to see what they look like. I'm pretty sure they're going to look similar to Zarc is going to be similar to the U boys, and Ray is going to be similar to the U girls. And then I don't know how the U boys are going to become one or something like that, and then the Yuri versus Yugioh duel, I don't think Yugo's gonna lose, because Yuri would card Yugioh if he loses, and then we can't have Yugioh be carded or something like that. Maybe they might combine, I don't know, but I really doubt Yuri's gonna win, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting, and I like how you kind of bring that up. How are they gonna become one? I mean, if we know that Leo Akaba wants to sacrifice the 4 U girls or the 4 Bracelet Girls, and that's going to bring out Ray, we kind of understand that, but how, and maybe he has a machine to do that or he needs carded people to do that, but how is it going to work with the U-boys? And that's not even a definite with the Bracelet Girls. So there's a lot of...
They're going to unite into Yugi. I bet you $100 they're going to unite into Yugi, and it's
going
to say,
what if...
Time to duel!
Also, I'm sorry, but I need to talk about this, but the title said the Shard of the Supreme King. The Supreme King.
I know. A
lot
of
reference to Judai. And then I'm like, wait, so are they going to bring back Judai or something? Which is going to be crazy, but I doubt it. But then
we need a Clear Mind episode.
I mean, or a Supreme King, Yuya's going to turn into Supreme King or something like that, or going to Berserk. I don't know. But the problem is, I really don't like how all the series don't tie up with each other. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! And GX did tie each other up because the characters come back. But it's like, it's kind of, I don't really like how they establish the timeline, or it's really vague. Because we have all these counterparts, and then the counterparts, and then the other original counterparts we know, they have to be the same age for the dimensional, all about the theories and stuff like that. But anyway, it's like, I really don't like how they're going, because it's like all random now. Like, is Arc 5 related to any series on the other way? And then we saw Yuri using Super Fusion, which is like pretty crazy because that's Judai's card. Like all these Supreme King references. First Yuri used the Fusion card, now the title is like Shard of Supreme King. So it's pretty cool, but at the same time I'm having like some doubts about it.
I don't disagree with you about the timeline. The timeline is crazy. We're gonna move on here. Great thought there, Yuto. Ragnarok, do you have anything you want to add?
I know Sam kind of pointed this out, but it's not in the picture that Sam was talking about. It's not Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. It's just Odd Eyes Dragon, which I don't know. Like, I'm kind of curious of why that is. It could be just because it could have something to do with Yuya's pendulum, or it could just because how pendulum is kind of like this unique thing to the Sakaki family, if in a way. So I'm just kind of wondering why it's not Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon.
Yeah, that's
pendulums are evil.
Yeah, Sam just sent us the picture now. I mean, I hadn't seen it. I don't know if Yuto and Ragnarok, you guys have seen it, but I haven't seen it.
Pendulums corrupted the dragons.
I'll go see it.
Yeah, it's in. So it's definitely, and I'll have it on screen for you guys watching right now.
Dark Rebellion. Oh, that's pretty cool.
But it's definitely interesting. So
and see how modern it is?
Yeah.
See how modern the stadium is? It looks like Friendship Cup. It looks like Jack.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah,
with the crystal.
It does. Sorry. Just one quick thing I would need to add about you. Leo, he talked about they have to get rid of Sakaki Yuya, so he probably does know about the Zarc thing. So that's pretty also interesting about that. So he said Sakaki Yuya, but not Yugioh or Yuto or Yuri.
And maybe that's because Zarc lives through the pendulum, and Yuya's the only one that has the pendulum.
I guess, and then Yuto, me, or Yugioh and Yuri are probably the keys to unlock Yuya's inner darkness or something like that. I don't know.
Another thing to mention is that, sorry to interrupt, but Yuya has been shown to go the most evil out of any of the counterparts. Yugioh and Yuto did that thing.
Have you seen my eyes?
But Yuryu's eyes are blood red, and it's known that red eyes are evil. Yuto and Yugioh wanted to bash the shit out of each other. Yuya wants to kill everything. And he's done it. And the still thing that really weirds me out is that in 87, when you see the destroying city, you see that his eye in the sorry to go off topic and sorry to interrupt, but you see that the city is being destroyed. So my personal opinion is that the pendulum is the evil thing, and that Zarc is somewhere deep inside Astral 2.0. Anyone?
Yeah.
Very, very possible. We are going to move on, and it's actually a good segue.
Sorry.
No, we're good. No, we're absolutely good. If we go off topic a little bit, nothing wrong with that. But it's a perfect segue because we're talking about.
I like Subway.
We're talking about the U boys. Now we're going to talk a little about the Bracelet Girls. Ragnarok, I'm going to start with you. The Bracelet Girls, we know they're going to appear in 127, at least have a speaking role based on the cast list that just came out. But nowhere in the summaries are they mentioned, so it could be a very minor speaking role. What are they doing during this time? And do you think that? Who do you think their next duel will be? Do you think that maybe they won't have a next duel? Or who do you think it would be against if they do duel next? Ragnarok, I want to hear your opinion on that.
So, the Bracelet Girls, and to be completely honest, I don't think they'll have a next duel. I think the formation, if they do become one into Ray, I think it will happen soon. I think it will happen before, at least by 130, if not at 130. If I guess a smaller possibility is the Doctor is just because we don't see the Doctor. Did we see the Doctor in the 127 cast list? I don't think we did.
He is. So he is in 127, not in 126.
Okay.
127.
Okay, so he is in 127. So he could be. I think he is with the girls. I think he's holding them. I think Leo got a little scared with Yuya and said, "Okay, I need to put these girls in a safer place if I lose them, because I can't lose them." So I think he told the Doctor to put them in a different place to kind of keep them locked up, so Yuya can't get to them, or anyone can't get to them. So he can work on forming them into Ray, because I think that is his ultimate goal.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. To me, it was just interesting because the Bracelet Girls have been featured, and they've been just the main part of the show since probably like 116, you could argue, since Yugioh dueled Rin, and now they just kind of have disappeared. So I like your thought there. Yuto, what are your thoughts on this?
So the duel thing, I kind of really want them to duel. I mean, because some people want to play the card game and the supports. And then if people are probably disappointed by like Serena versus Ruri versus me, like she uses parasites, not even her own deck support, so that's pretty sad.
No Moonlights.
Yeah, so no more Moonlights, rip. And then if Rin and Yuzu has been like, Yuzu is like one of the badass characters like from season 1, but she hasn't dueled since like how long? Probably since the friendship club.
Yeah, I think it was Sergey.
Since episode 83 in November 2015
which is pretty
against
sad.
Stupid Security.
It's almost been a
And
year.
everyone and people do kind of want to see the Moonlight
And
Parasite
Murdered by
combined,
Sergey.
and then probably the Moonlight. I mean the Melodious plus Parasite combined monsters also. So that's gonna kind of kill it if they're not gonna duel again. And then I wish they would have more duel time, like because their supports have been just like shown, but if they're not gonna do anything without for it, so it's gonna be a shame. But right now, looking at the Arc 5 ending point and stuff like that, I think they're gonna get cast off to the side, which is gonna be really a shame. But I hope not. Like, hopefully, Arc 5 kind of proves us wrong about that, and they're gonna duel, because Yuzu really needs to duel. Like, right now, she's a damsel in distress right now, which is really sad. Like, her character is, like, really bad now.
Aki 2.0.
Aki
Yeah.
2.0.
Hey, don't mess with my
3.0.
girl, Sam. Don't mess with my girl. No, I'm kidding. But
No,
But
she's
yeah,
fine.
and then
Back
the
off!
doctors
Back off,
are
bitch!
probably like the doctors, which is kind of creepy because like
The
if you
doctors
think about it,
all
a
those
grown
girls.
man is taking all these girls, like kidnapping them for some purposes. This is so
Can't mention what's
pretty
going in my head.
tart. How is 4K Media gonna censor this part or something? I don't know. I mean that seems pretty creepy for the children. Like if you think
He's
about
gonna
it.
say, I
invited you to a party. This is Shadow Realm or something. I don't know.
4K
Okay.
He's gonna
Media
say,
will
I'm
find a
actually
way.
14 years
4K
old.
Media always
I just
finds a
have
way.
4K
I
Media.
just have really old
please.
computers.
Sam, do you have anything you want to add to this?
I personally don't see many of the duels, but if there were to be one, but it's seeming really unlikely now because Sora got really pwned by Yuri. I mean, Yuri for love, Yuri is life. But I really wanted to see Sora versus Yuzu, and Yuzu to be like, no, I'm the real fusion user, I'm the real fusion master now, hand over your crown, and that would have been really nice. And Sora's final moments to be like, well, you really master fusion summoning, even though you're a parasitic bitch.
Language.
I'm sorry, but if
It's
someone is
fine,
gonna
it's
card
fine.
you with a piece of a bug, then yeah, you can
Yeah,
call
the
them
bug
out when
creeps.
they're about to murder you.
Instead
Probably-
of Yuzu saying "Give me your crown," she would probably say "Give me your soul" and then card him, and that would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Give me
You know
your
what the
soul.
funny thing is? Serena tasing Shun but not tasing Yuya. She's like, oh wait, I'm gonna tase Shun, but right now I'm gonna duel you. Like not gonna tase you.
Exactly.
Something like
But
that.
she could have tased
Yeah.
all of them, and that would have been that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hard
Yu-Gi-Oh
time.
logic for you though. But no, you guys all brought up really good points, and I think everyone in the comments, you give your predictions, or if you feel that there might not be another Bracelet Girl duel. I have to say this: I think you can point out because the last podcast I just did with Rarity and Midnight, they both talked about how Rin was horribly mistreated. That's how they feel,
Yeah.
and I think you can point out every
Oh, yeah.
single Bracelet Girl.
I bay.
Every single Bracelet Girl and say they've been mistreated to some degree, which is kind of a shame. And it just adds to the stigma with females in Yu-Gi-Oh, which at the end of the day, it's just I guess at this point you have to say it is what it is. But I'm someone who
Let's
doesn't
start a
want to.
petition.
I don't want to say
Doctor has no redemption.
I
Pokemon Pro Tag.
I don't want to say, it is what it is when it comes to girls. Like, yeah, females just get mistreated. I want to see them kind of break barriers with a female character, and I really thought Yuzu could have been that character. But just like, as you guys mentioned with
We
Aki
got the
and
same for
Fahadi,
Aki.
yeah, I know, it just doesn't come true. It really is a
And
shame.
Asuka.
But Asuka too, yeah. But you guys give your thoughts on that down below. We're going to move on to the final topic here. I'll give my thoughts, and then I'll ask YugiMon for his opinion on it. Are all returning characters? We know on the 130 summary that Edo summons a new D hero. He gives everything, is basically what the summary says. Are all returning characters doomed to be carded? That's the question here. We know Asuka and Crow are goners. Obviously, they're goners. Jack is in the best position out of all of them. Edo and Kaido are right now, they're in the bullet path, I guess you could call it. But Edo, to me, is done for. I don't know about Kaido. My opinion is that Edo is doomed. And here's the thing. And the reason I feel that is whenever a summary or whenever they talk about a character summoning a new monster, Asuka summoned a new monster in her last duel, and kind of, you know, giving everything they have, which is actually the line that Tsukakage said right before he got killed, it usually is a universal Yu-Gi-Oh sign that it is over for them. And here's the thing. If like, let's say Kaido is being attacked and it's over, and Kaido is about to get killed, his life points are about to go down to 0, and Edo plays a trap that changes the attack to him, and he takes the brunt of the hit, and Kaido's able to come through and somehow maybe defeat Yuri or stall long enough so that him and Yugioh, he can escape with Yugioh and get out of there. Or something in that capacity. Then I'll say, all right, Edo, I guess it was a valiant death. It was kind of similar to the valiant death he had in GX when he let everyone leave while he took Exodia's hit from Amon. So then I wouldn't really have an issue with it. But then again, Edo hasn't beaten anyone. Here's the thing. I think Edo is doomed. Whether I think Jack and Kaido are doomed, that remains to be seen. Kaido is definitely in a much more dangerous position than Jack. I know some people, especially fans of the original series who maybe haven't watched Arc 5, are not, like, you know, they hear that Crow or Asuka got killed off, and I've seen them on Twitter say, oh my god, that death was so stupid, I can't believe they killed him off. And it's like, at the end of the day, the returning characters were awesome. I wish it was the same characters that we saw from 5Ds and GX from those storylines. It's the same characters, but as we know, it's not really the same characters. But at the end of the day, it's not their show.
Same body.
And they're fine. Same body, exactly. They're fine with being there for, I guess, fan service, and I loved it, and I think everyone really loved that these characters were returning. That, I think, is kind of what makes Arc 5 different than the other 4 Yu-Gi-Oh shows at the end of the day, that they have old characters in the show to this degree, to this level of degree. But at the same time, it's not their show, and if they all get killed off and they all have a good death, Asuka's death wasn't great. Crow's death, I thought, was pretty. The animation in that scene was beautiful. I thought that scene was.
No Gilbo was amazing.
It could have been to a little more dangerous of a character. But you know what? If Edo and Kaido save Yugioh, I'm sure the fangirls will love it, because every girl I know that watches Arc 5 loves Yugioh. Maybe that'll be my next theory video, why that is. But if Edo and Kaido save Yugioh...
We're not in Rarity shout-out.
Exactly. I'm sure a lot of people would be okay with that, because it is Yuri, and he saved a U-boy, and they got killed by another U-boy who's a very dangerous, villainous character. So I don't mind it that much. YugiMon, what are your thoughts on this? First of all, are they all doomed? Second of all, do you really have an issue with it if they all do get killed?
Kite, he's got a really good deck. Let me rephrase that. He's got a good deck. Not a really good deck. He's got some nice extra deck shit, which can counter Star Venom. It can counter Cleo Wing somewhat. I don't think he's going to fall in that duel. He may fall to someone else, but it doesn't look like we're going to have time. I'm pretty sure I said this in the last podcast, that I thought Kite was going to go for the Doctor. And it was going to be Kite or Edo versus the Doctor, and Forte said that he wanted that as well. Shout out to my bae Forte. Edo, yeah, he's dead. I never really cared for Edo. I thought he was a bit babyish, but I mean, I like him, and I'm a bit sad that he's going to be going, but the Yuri, you can't really beat Yuri, especially with that new greedy Venom Fusion Dragon. What an amazing name, Konami. Clap, clap, clap. You can't really, with that, maybe, I'm sorry I'm rambling, I'm worried for Edo.
It's fine. Go on.
I'm worried for Edo, because I do like Edo. It's just, it's not real. It's out of the 3, it's the one I really expected from the start to lose.
I agree with that.
I expected him to maybe confront the professor, and to be like, "No, Yui Sakaki told me about all these smiley thing. Why don't you come onto our side?" It's like, "You betrayed Academia. You're gonna suffer, bish." And that would have been pretty damn cool to see the professor have his first duel against Edo and successfully card him. But against Yuri, you don't really have a chance. The only one I see having a chance, this is probably going to sound really biased, as probably some of you know, Jack is my favorite character of all time. I think he's really only the one who has a chance against Yuri, with cards like Red Gardener and Red Armor and Red Vanish. He has a really good chance, and we've seen that Jack is extremely powerful. I mentioned this, I'm constantly referring to the last podcast, but in his duel against Yugioh with the Duel Chasers, in one effect, he dealt over 50,000 points of damage. With one effect. If Yuri can't beat him, I don't really see anybody beating Jack. And that's even if Jack really ever comes back, because I'm actually getting kind of scared that we're not going to see Jack again, because it's getting really, really close. And I mean, it would be kind of odd to have Jack along with all these other people who have been carded in the opening, but this is going off what Rarity said in the last podcast. There are people like Yoko and the kids. I don't really expect them to be carded. Unless Yuri is just like, let's go over dimensions and kill some people for fun. But when the world's gonna become one, Yoko gets too close to the edge. Ah!
So yeah, Himika, I don't know. Himika might card them. I don't know. She might be a double agent.
Well, maybe Rogers and
I never
Standard.
know.
That's Rogers and Standard.
Roger.
Oh yeah, Roger
is
could have
standard.
been instead. Oh shoot.
Oh,
He's in
Roger.
standard, he's going, oh,
Yeah.
you suck.
So, yeah.
Hiragi Shuso. You give me back your daughter. I want to rule over Synchro as king. I'm gonna card you.
Sam, do you have anything else you want to add, or are you good?
I'm sorry, I'm now just going on a random joke.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I think Kite possibly, Edo definitely, Jack no way.
Okay, well, I like the diversity there. I like the diversity. Yuto and Ragnarok, just real quick, if you want to give your thoughts on this. Yuto first.
Okay, just
I'm
quickly.
sorry.
You're good, Sam.
Yuri versus Asuka. Asuka should have won. Yuri had no chance if it was like the GX Asuka, and her deck was like an anti-fusion deck. Also, the worst thing is she lost to Antique Gears, which is like all the Academy students use it. Moreover, she has the deck, so I'm kind of disappointed
Slap
about
in
it.
the face.
Edo and
Stop
Kaito
use-
will probably lose by plot. How I lost by Yugioh during the episode 37. I could have won, but you stopped me. It's all because of plot is gonna win. Kaito has no way to lose because of his good deck with a balance of spells. I mean, magic and traps and monster. His cipher monsters like literally trap and negate all your opponent's monsters. So I can't
Getting
really
recycling
see
in
him
first hand. That's a big
losing,
BS.
but I guess the plot will somehow make him lose or off screen, which is terrible. Edo Phoenix really needs a win. He's my favorite GX character. And then we haven't seen much of the D heroes. Like Dystopia guy as this ace monster was kind of really a disappointment if you see
We have Deadly
Bloody
Guy
from
that was
GX.
released.
Yeah, but I doubt he's going to use Deadly Guy. Same as Kaito using the Cypher Blade Dragon or something.
He could. He could have
I
against
guess,
Yuri.
but then okay.
Or Shilling.
But off of Jack, I really can't see him losing. Like picture him; he is like the strongest out of all of the rivals. I mean, by plot, but all of them, I really can't see him losing. Edo should have deserved better because he lost by Yuya because of plot. He would have, like, if it was the old Edo, he could not lose to Yuya, literally. But then, of course, plot is going to card them all or kill them off. But of course, they're going to come back. So I really don't really mind if they get carded by plot because we all know Yu-Gi-Oh is going to bring them back. Like, it's obvious. So I guess that's that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
like
Ragnarok.
I like the opinion. So, okay, Ragnarok, let's hear from you, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
All right, quickly, I think Edo's going to lose. I think that's what he's best at in this show, as we all know. Kite, Jack,
Save Edo's credibility, D heroes.
or Kaito and Jack, I think they,
There's a bricky
I mean, I can see them losing. I hope, I mean, I kind of want them to in a way because I want to see how they lose, but they better go out in a really, like, they better lose proudly because I want to see a good duel between them because Kaito and Jack are great duelists, and we know that. We all know. And like Sam, Jack is one of my favorite characters in the whole Yu-Gi-Oh series in general. So seeing him lose, like, I don't want to see a crappy duel. I want to see a good duel between Jack and whoever, and then Kaito and whoever, which it could be
I would
Kaito
cry.
versus whoever Yuri. So I hope they go out on top. I really do.
I like it. Yeah, so I mean, I think all four of us feel Edo. If we had to pick one person, it's Edo. So you guys in the comments, let us know down below who you think is going to get carded, if everyone's going to get carded, and maybe what you kind of want to see if they do get carded. Because if they do get carded, I'm fine with it. I feel like we could get some really, really strong emotional scenes. When Yugioh is doing dark and death, I think that's when it is at its best in terms of emotion, and so I'm really looking forward to it from that perspective as well. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I had a great podcast. I'm going to let these three wonderful people give their channel plugs. I will have all their links in the description. Please check them out. Sam, YugiMon Cards, I'm going to start with you. We'll go to Yuto, and then we will go to Ragnarok.
Well, yeah, I'm YugiMon Cards. I've been on the past 2 podcasts. Hopefully you subscribe. Please subscribe. I need subs. Subs are love, subs are life. But, yeah, the same story as always. I know it probably sounds really damn lazy, but I'm working on stuff. Working on my Pokemon channel, working on my Return to my Yu-Gi-Oh channel, which I've actually just started writing the script for. I'm going to give you all a cheeky behind the scenes, funny facts about Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what the video is going to be about. For one fact, let's do... Guess who the early left-handed duelist in Yu-Gi-Oh! History is who's not from Iliaster? That would be Tsukikage, which is really nice and really
Never knew
fun.
that. I never knew that.
You'd think, and plus he's voiced by what's his name? Craig, I think it is. From 5Ds, the guy who uses the Decagon Knights, who cheats with the weird glasses against Yusei.
I know the guy you're talking about, yeah.
Yep, I messaged Jalen about this a few months ago.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
Clark. That's his name? Clark.
Yeah, Clark.
Who uses the cheaty. Who got killed by
lenses.
Jacob.
Come on.
Yeah, he got killed. And yeah, hopefully if you enjoy facts like that, you'll come check out my channel when the video comes up. Hopefully I'm on a podcast near that time, so I can give one final cheeky plug. Thank you, Dylan, for actually letting me cheeky plug.
You're welcome.
You are pretty damn awesome.
Thank you.
And Facial Mewtwo is my Pokemon channel. Nothing's up at the moment. Still working on thumbnail scripts. I'm actually learning how to edit with Sony Vegas, which is really, really hard. It is really hard.
Very hard.
But yeah, not much else to say. Just the same old rambly stuff. I'll move on to Yuto now. Thank you for all listening to my rambles.
Oh, alright. So, hey, I'm Yuto, or Yuto, like the 2 names. Whoa. Okay, so my channel is with 2 other YouTubers, David Mathewson and Temi, Academy Yugioh. And so we do have a Discord channel, and so if anyone wants to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh related, or they want to be ranked in a dueling system, we use Yu-Gi-Oh Pro and Dev Pro, feel free to join my channel. I'll put the link up there. And yeah, I mean, support me. And for our channel, we do like theories, or like how GX should have, like what they should have done with this character and how the character was underused. Or we do like fantasy, kind of like similar to fantasy duels, but we actually write the script and do duels for like other characters from other series, or maybe characters from the same series that never duel, so we just pit them off. And yeah, thank you for listening to me, and it was fun, Dylan.
Thank you for coming on, Yuto. And the last but not least, Rare Ragnarok.
All right, guys. Like I said, I'm Rare Ragnarok. I love so my channel. If you look at it, I love playing Pokemon. I haven't done a lot of Pokemon videos because, as Dylan can probably back me up, college. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into college. I've been really lazy with my stuff. I've been recently posting some Yu-Gi-Oh AMVs. If you guys don't know what AMVs are, it's anime music videos. So what I do is I take a Yu-Gi-Oh duel and I put music to it, some nice pump-up music, and it really adds. I like how it adds the sense to the duel. So if you're going to look at that, I recommend my favorites are Yusei versus Antami and Zone versus Aporia, because I just love those characters and just love 5Ds in general. But anyway, I hope you check that out. Maybe subscribe if you like what you see, and I will be doing more in the future.
Fantastic. Well, thank you to all and everyone who's watching. Please check them out. All 3 of their channels in the description. Check them out. They're great guys. And thank you to all 3 of you for coming on. But I say this at the end of every podcast. Thank you to everyone who has sat through this and has watched it, because we're 4 people in a much larger community, and you guys, the main people that make up this community, which is all of you that are watching, are really just tremendous people, and we would not be able to do something like this without you guys. We would not want to do something like this without a community that is just a fantastic community to be a part of. So thank you to everyone who has watched. Thank you, YugiMon Cards. Thank you, Yuto. And thank you, Rare Ragnarok. And that pretty much sums it up. Please leave any thoughts you have down below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say. Look for us in the comment section. We'll be talking to a few of you, I'm sure. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.